Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the beautiful Slinger Speedway. My name is Carlos Costa, and joining me will be nobody except for myself. Unfortunately, race couldn't make it tonight. Had a small medical complication or medical emergency come up here a couple hours ago. So hopefully, we wish him the best. He'll be more than likely good to go next week. But for the time being, or at least I should say for tonight's race, it's gonna be just myself. So. Welcome to the Elite Racing Experience here. We are just a couple minutes, just almost a minute shy of ending qualifying here. We don't have too many cars out here tonight. I think we've got about 12, 13 drivers, about the same count that we had last week. So far, Frankenfield currently fastest with a 12.707. Excuse me, that's a very fast lap. We should be able to knock these out very quickly tonight. So let's go ahead and get a quick recap of the current points. 3 races in, we're already halfway through the season. We have 3 races remaining. And taking a look at the points right now. So yes, I have updated it, guys. I can do my job. Ethan Stanley is your current points leader with 96 points overall. 3 points ahead of Tyler Fody, who's gained 1 position. Now into second. Matt Grunberg has gained 3. -8 currently behind Stanley. Jesse Reisemis up 2 positions, -11 currently in 4th. Jared Rexing dropped down a couple spots, down to 5th, -14. Tate Lytle in 6th, -17. Johnny Thomas in 7th, -18. Zach Evans, 8th, -21. Ryan Gavel, 9th, -22. And Campbell and Smith are currently tied for 10th position. So that's gonna do it here for the quick recap here of the points, and also for qualifying. As well, look at that, guys. We have enough drivers to have a separate heat. That is outstanding indeed. Let me go ahead and, if I have the time, quickly show the starting grid for the this first heat race that is coming up. Heat number 1. Looks like it is not working. Oh wait, am I wrong? Is there only 1 heat? No, my bad. I was wrong. I thought there was enough drivers to only have 2 heats, but it looks like I just read the way it was showing up here wrong. We have enough drivers for both heats. Now the only concern is why my starting grid isn't working. But it's no big deal. We'll make it work. Chad Frankenfield in 1st place. 2nd place will be Gerald Campbell. Ryan Gavel has qualified in 3rd place. In 4th place will be Tyler Fody. 5th place, Ethan Stanley. Scott Crump in 6th. Jared Rexing qualified in 7th for this heat. Hunter Smith in 8th. Johnny Thomas in 9th. Jesse Risam has qualified in 10th. And 11th and 12th will be Andrew Rucker and Ethan Resiner. So it's going to be your top 12 for this one and only heat. So let's take a look, see if we have any drivers here with in-car cameras. Go ahead and prep this open so you guys can see my live reactions. I'm not really seeing anybody. Let's go look at Johnny Thomas. No. Scott Crump. Scott Crump is the only driver here with an in-car camera. I want to give a massive shout out to Scott Crump for getting his camera set up. You know, we'll probably make him the Enders reporter tonight. While these drivers are pacing up, I'm going to take a quick moment to make sure everything here is working as it should. I'm not sure why it isn't, but might as well take the time now while they're still pre-warming up. Oh, there we go. Everything is working as it should. I just need to minimize this. Oh, and we have the start of the race, an issue with tonight's race leader, Chad Frankenfield, who started the race in 1st place, will already have issues and will be dropping to the back to start the race. Go ahead and go back and take a look and see just what happened to Chad. That's the wrong button. There we go. And look, and Chad gave it too much beans. He was a little too excited to start the first heat. I'm sure he's gonna remember that when we do take the green flag for the main event. A little too much beans to start with, and just wasn't able to get it saved before he had to before he spun out and went around. Tough luck for Chad there to begin with, as they're getting ready to go around. See if I have enough time, can I do this? Is Chad here? Ripley's, believe it or not, Chad is not in the Elite Racing League Discord. So I'm gonna call you out, Chad, for somebody who was somebody who was pushing on people to be on the Discord for, you know, broadcast purposes in case somebody needs to be interviewed or whatever. You're not in the Discord. What's up with that, man? That's it's a little not cool. Well, we're about to go green here for the second time of the night. The first restart. Pace car is not off yet. They're still moving around, moving and grooving. I need to get myself ready and have everything show up correct. We should be going green this time by 20 laps remaining here. And there we go. The drivers are off. No problems here as Campbell is going to take off as they did restart single file Gavel. Gave it a little bit of a shot, but got loose exiting 2 and 3. And now his battling, holding on to that second place spot on the outside line as he has to battle against Tyler Fody, who has found his way to the inside. Side by side they go here through turns 1 and 2 in the backstretch. Going once again to 3 and 4. This is, oh, he's so loose. He goes around. Caution's going to come out. No one's going to hit him. And just like Chad Frankenfield, Ryan Gavel has now found himself spun around. And going to be restarting this next time by all the way at the tail end of the field. Let's pull up a replay, why don't we? The car got loose there right before the apex, and when he gave it the gas, he gave it the beans, it just was never able to properly recover. Smart job of pulling away. He saw everybody was moving to the outside line to go by him on the outside, and decided, well, I might as well get fully out of the way for all these drivers. Doesn't go a lap down, but it's going to take a little bit of pride with him once because he did go around. So I'm going to go ahead and get a quick... Ooh, no, never mind. We're about to go back green. I was going to get a quick word with Mr. Crump. But they're about to restart here. And it looks like they're going to be restarting with double foul this time by. Green flag is back out. 14 laps remaining when they cross the line. They have now Gerald Campbell's got the race lead, and around goes, I think that was Jared Rexing, Jesse Reisman is Andrew Rucker, who else is Scott Crump. Oh no, Scott with the in-car camera. Oh man, Scott has gone around, and that is not the way he wants his heat to be going. We will pull up a replay of him. I'll turn this off. Let's see if we can do this quickly and then get a quick word with him, because these pace laps are going by quick. And we're not even getting a chance to race green here. As what happened in the restart, they all take off, and Scott gets a little help from the number 10, who also goes around. That's Jared Rexing. As that's a mistake that has actually taken a couple drivers who are on board with Jared Rexing as they're going to go. Little bump there here, little bump there, and that second bump was enough to send him around and send a couple others into the outside wall. Alright, now let's see if we can get a quick word with Mr. Crump. Scott, this is Carlos in the booth. You got a copy?
You got me?
Oh, I got you. These cautions that go by quickly. We're already back under green. I barely even have a chance to breathe. First of all, how's the car going, and what happened on that last restart?
Yeah, I think it was Jarrett just used me as a brake there. I'm not sure. He just ran me over.
That's kind of what it looked like on the replay there. But before that happened, how's the car handling?
It's definitely tight. I didn't get a whole lot of practice on the track, so I'm still learning it.
Is there anything you feel like you think you can get yourself back up to the front, or do you think you're gonna stay back there for the main event?
Sit right here in the invert spot.
Smart man. Well, we'll bring you back up. We'll talk to you in the race.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Scott Crump. Let's go back into the booth. As caution is back out. Let's go ahead and see what the caution was for. I think it may have involved Andrew Rucker, maybe Johnny Thomas. Johnny Thomas trying to get past the pace car, almost spins out again. Let's take a look and see what happened to old JT. Going to the inside of the 12 here. It's Ryan Gabo and just comes on up. He hits the apron and moves himself up. And he spins out in a 64. Wanted to join him. Andrew Rucker went around with him as well. A little bit of contact, but no harm, no foul for Andrew Rucker or Johnny Thomas. Just more pride lost for old JT. And almost spins it there again. As I think something happened. Oh no, Johnny Thomas, unfortunately, did get lapped. He's getting that free pass now, but he did get lapped, so he had to come to a stop and let the pace car go by. But we're already going to be doing a green-white checkered here for the heat. So this race in heat should go by very quick overall. And joining me in the booth is Kyle Hanshaw. Kyle, how you doing?
Not too bad, Carlos. How you doing, sir?
Doing all right. Well, we heard you were doing the ARCA race. How did that go for you? Is there back to green?
Oh, yeah. It was caution fest, probably the last 30, 35 laps of the race. So not too good, but got a top 15 out of it. Finished 13th, so not too bad.
Oh, that's good. And speaking of a caution fest, we're having one right now here on this one and only heat for the ERX. As Hunter Smith has gone around from the third or fourth position. Let's take a look at the replay here. He's been having a lot of these drivers, Kyle, have been having issues, especially near the front on restarts. They're just not able to get the car. They get the car to rotate too much. What do you think that these drivers can do to maybe fix that from happening in the future?
I'm watching it on YouTube as we speak, and it's looking like, I mean, with the banking at this place, you definitely want to keep the momentum up on corner entry, but you don't want to get in there too hot because it will push. These cars, I've raced a couple times, they're very finicky when it comes to getting back on the throttle and everything off corner exit. They just want to come around on you, and it's looking like they're really tight. So, I don't know, you just want to kind of roll that in the center of the corner and the apex of the corner and just, keep the momentum up through the center and get a nice exit off the corner. But I don't know.
Gabo has gone around as we had a weird scenario where we got a restart, but the pace car was still on track. So everybody had to drive through the pace car. Gabo spun around. We have the white flag as Daryl Campbell is side by side against Tyler Fody. Going 2, 3, and 4. Advantage going to go to Gabo. Campo, as Campo's going to win the heat.
Nice.
Congratulations to Daryl Campbell. Tyler Fody second. Chad Frackapeel third.
Yeah, he tried on the outside there. Just couldn't make it stick off the corner, but it was a good finish there.
Good finish indeed. We're going to go to a quick warm-up before we go into the main event. Kyle, thanks so much for joining me in the booth. It was a pleasure, and you got yourself a nice top 15 finish. Hopefully you can get yourself a couple more spots up there, maybe even a win next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I really feel that the ARCA car is a little more of my suit and driving style, so I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be a good season.
Yeah, it was fun when I ran like the first 30 laps before I had to go and back off and get myself ready for tonight's race. But thank you so much, Kyle. wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you get to do a better performance next week.
Thanks, Carlos. Appreciate it, man.
All right, and that was Kyle Hanshaw. Let's go ahead and leave the room. There we go. So now we're now just chilling here as we're getting ready for the main event. But let's take a look at the finishing results of the first half. There we go. Gerald Campbell, we saw him ekes out a win against Tyler Fody. Chad Frankenfield, who started on the pole, spun out before they even crossed our finish line. Ethan Stanley in 4th. Jared Rexing 5th. Jesse Reisemus in 6th. Johnny Thomas finishing in 7th. Scott Crump 8th. Andrew Rucker 9th. Hunter Smith in 10th. Ryan Gabel in 11th. And Ethan Resner, I don't think actually started the race. Finished all the way dead last in 12th. But we're going to be going ahead and starting with the main event. We'll take a look at the quick invert. It's going to be Hunter Smith, Andrew Rucker, Scott Crump, Johnny Thomas, Jesse Reisemus, Jared Rexing, Ethan Stanley, Chad Frankenfield, Tyler Fody, and Gerald Campbell will be your top 10. The top 10 inverted. And we talked to Scott Crump, who wanted to get that invert. He held himself back there, got himself a good spot, now starting this main event in 3rd place. So good on you, Scott. And, Ryan Gabel in 11th, Ethan Resner in 12th. And we'll see how you are able to perform in this main event, because this is the one that counts. We have 100 laps of green flag racing. So, I also want to take a quick moment to thank the Elite Racing League sponsors. Blue Egg Marketing, rev up your business with Blue Egg. Your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. Don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. Let's see if I have time for Worldwide Technology Raceway. They're a motorsports racing facility in Madison, Illinois, just east of the St. Louis, Missouri, just east of St. Louis, Missouri, United States, close to the Gateway Arc. It features a 1.25-mile racetrack that hosts the NASCAR Cup Series, the Craftsman Truck Series, and the IndyCar Series. So shout out to Worldwide Technology Raceway, and we're gonna be talking about them and 4D Raceway here, possibly next break. Green flag is out as Hunter Smith is going to hold on to that lead on the outside line. Going to clear himself from from second and 3rd place position, but don't look now. The number 90 Scott Crump shoves him into the outside line, and around goes Reisemus. No caution's going to come out as, oh my God, somebody died. Andrew Rucker has killed the outside wall. Caution is out. Let's take a look and see what happens, starting with Jesse Reisemus, who's won a round off of 3 and 4. As I gotta tell you, Andrew Rucker is not able to get that car going. I think he had to take a tow. Got a little help from, I think that may have been Rexing. Not quite sure. And then we saw Andrew Rucker got shoved into the outside wall. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. Oh, yeah, it was contact from Rucker as they went 3 wide that sent Reisemus around, and the 54 and the 64 made contact, and Rucker just went head straight into the outside wall, and that car is unfortunately killed. Scott Crump's going to be your race leader here for the first restart on lap number 6 when they go to green. Johnny Thomas right behind him in the blue car. And behind him is Hunter Smith. Scott Crump and Johnny Thomas battling side by side for that lead as they go into turns 3 and 4. A little bit of contact. We saw Crump manhandle second place, or the race leader last time by, as he got the lead in contact with the 54 as he goes around. And the second caution of the night is going to come out as Hunter Smith has been turned around. Is going to be starting the next restart all the way near the tail end of the field. Got a quick replay of that. Oh, I'm sorry, my mic was muted. Let's try that again. We look at different camera angles. We still got time. It's the contact there with the 54. As a little bit of contact with Crump, a little bit of contact with JT, but I'm sure he didn't need the contact with JT because that car was going to go around regardless. As went from contending for a second place running position all the way down to 10th place. As Gavel has gone down pit road. As being shown he's out. Oh no, excuse me, he's out of pit road. So he's unfortunately one lap down right now. He should be getting a wave around either this time by or next time by, but he spins it and backs it into the tire walls. What is going on? We are back to green. We are back to yellow, as that immediately brings up the caution. And Gavel's going to be embarrassed for quite a while now, because that's unfortunate for Gavel. So we saw that happen live. I don't want to bring any further embarrassment, so we're going to go ahead and continue our array of the sponsor plugs. I also want to mention with Worldwide Technology Raceway, it's not just the 1.25 mile racetrack that they have. They also have a 2-mile infield road course used by the Speed Tour, Trans Am, SCCA, and Porsche Club of America, as well as a quarter-mile NHRA sanctioned drag strip that hosts the annual NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series Midwest National Event, and the Carplex, a state-of-the-art kart racing facility. Are we want to go yet? No, we're not. So you also want to shout out to 4D Racewear, makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel designed for sim racing by sim racers. 4D racing shoes are custom engineered to connect racers to the pedal in a way that no other racing shoe can still provide all the comfort needed for those double and triple stints. Visit 4dracewear.com and check out the original racing gloves for your feet. So shout out to all the SRX and Elite Racing League premier partners for this season. Massive shout out to them. I made a huge mistake. I did not bring water. But what these guys are bringing is the third restart of the night here. They're going to go into the backstretch. They're going through 3 and 4. The pace car's already dipped into pit road. It's an outside pit road. We don't want to talk about it right now, but green flag is out. And Scott Crump is going to continue to lead. We got the camera on him. Look at him moving that wheel as he is able to clear Ethan Stanley. No, little bit of contact, shoves Stanley up a little bit into the racing line as around goes Chad Frankenfield for the second time of the night, and hard contact with Hunter Smith as Chad Frankenfield has significant left front, specifically on the tire damage. That is enough for a meatball flag, and Frankenfield's chances at winning this race has drastically gone down. Started on the pole, but set the fastest lap in qualifying, spun out before he even took the green flag, and unfortunately this time around gets a little bit of help, I think, from the 92. It's a little hard to judge where the contact happened. Yeah, a little help from the 92. Gone around, would have been okay. He held the brakes, he saw the front end locked up, but the 54 just had nowhere to go and hit him right where it hurt, on that left front tire. So that significant suspension damage. His race is more than likely done. All right, we're about to go green again for the 4th restart. We are already in lap number 20. These laps go by like that. 12 seconds under caution, 24 seconds under caution, 12 seconds under green, and we're back under green for the 4th restart of the night, as we're about to get 3 wide. No, but we are 2 wide for second place between Jared Rexon and Ethan Stanley, as they're side by side for that position. Loosey-goosey goes Jared Rexon. He's going to lose the second place position maybe, but he is going to battle, trying to not give up as much as he can, but a little bit behind them, the 0-0, Gerald Campbell and Jesse Rysam, as they're battling for that 3rd place position. Excuse me, 4th place position, as Scott Crump and Ethan Stanley single foul, no problems for them. Gerald Campbell sniffing on the back bumper of Ethan Stanley, turns him around, and Ethan Stanley slowly comes to a stop right in the middle of the racetrack, as he's not going to have any issues there, but he's going to lose a lot of track position. Go ahead and bring up, oh, excuse me, Scott Crump. Did I say Ethan Stanley? I meant to say Scott Crump. I'm a little too excited, fellas, as he had gotten passed by Ethan Stanley, and it looks like when he tried to I don't know if he tried to give a bumper to the 0-0 or is it? Oh, wait, what? That's the 15. What happened? Oh, I'm confused. All right. So Frankenfield was losing a lap or a second lap, and he was a little slow compared to what Scott Crump was expecting for the gyro cam. Scott Crump tried to give him a little bumper to say, hey, I'm here, get out of the way, but unfortunately that backfired, and Scott Crump went from leading the race to all the way in the tail end of the field. As we're about to have the 5th restart of the night. Green flag's back out. No problem for Gerald Campo, who is now the new race leader since Scott Crump got turned and around. Damage for Scott Crump, Ryan Gabbo, and I think Jesse Reisemus, if they've all gone around. And once you're back there, you're more than likely to get caught up in incidents that you're not a part of. Let's take a look and see what happened. Jesse Reiseman sent it in there, but was a little too loose. I don't know what happened to Gavel. I'm going to need a second pair of eyes to see what happened there with him. But unfortunately, Scott Crump got a little bit of front-end damage there. Okay, taking a look. Oh, I don't know if there was contact or if there was actual netcode, but Gavel went around. And I think he's going to be A-okay. Scott Crump's probably going to be okay, too. It's just... that's not where you want to be. Reisemus sent it in there a little too hard and wasn't able to get it straightened out, but we're about to have the 6th restart of the night. We're 20 laps from halfway. I want to say Jesse Reisemus did get a meatball flag, so he's gonna have to take care of that in pit road, and there he is sitting right there in pit road, just outside the racetrack. Green flag is back out as Gerald Campo. Gonna take the lead, no problem. Gonna hold on to the lead, no problem there. But Ethan Stanley looking to the inside. He's actually disappeared from the racetrack. He is gone. He is back. He is gone. I don't know. There he is. Caution's out. Scott Crump has gone around yet again. Driving it backwards. Just not having the time right now. As that did not go as he expected. He may lose a lap here. Let's take a look at the replay. What happened here right inside the 54, drifts up a little, and the 90 has gone around for, I think, the second time tonight, 3rd incident he's been involved in. And I guess now is a good time. Get a quick word with Mr. Crump, and I gotta know, what happened there? You spun from the lead, trying to punt Frankenfield?
No, I don't know what Chad was doing. He was going like way off the pace, just blocking. So I'm not sure what he was doing. And then I just got rear-ended and spun out.
And unfortunately, you had a very promising run. You can still get up there. It's not too late. But you've been involved in the last 2 cautions. Yeah. Oh, they're wrecking. Go down, go down.
I got a lot of damage. Something's wrong with the wheel.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Scott. Hopefully, maybe you can get it figured out. Maybe you can still be driven. So I'm gonna leave you alone there for the rest of the night. Thank you, Scott.
Oh,
wish you the best of luck.
All right, thanks.
So not the night that he wanted. Got spun from the race lead. As he said, Frankenfield was blocking for a reason that he yet doesn't understand. And since then, he's been involved in 2 incidents, and the car's just not behaving anywhere near like it should. But let's take a look and see what happened there. With the caution, I think it was... No, the incident was not... What the hell was that? That Frankenfield? Frankenfield pulled out. Exiting pit road, like one does. And, oh, I think that was just a tricky spot. And I think that brought out the caution, but I could have sworn something else had happened. But I'm not seeing anybody else have any issues. I think the caution came out because Frankenfield came to a stop, hoping he'd get out of the way. As we're back to green flag, here 40 laps into this 100-lap main event. Ethan Stanley, Jared Rexing battling side by side for that position. As advantage is going to go to Ethan Stanley. Tyler Fody looking to the inside now. They're going side by side. As you're mostly turning in this racetrack, very little breathing space you're going to have here. As it just seems like nobody can really pull away. As you can get single file, but then somebody starts trying to challenge you again for that position. And Ethan Stanley holding on to the lead so far. Jared Rexing second, but Tyler Fody's looking to his inside, going down into 1 and 2. Ethan Stanley just set the fastest lap of the race so far. Yeah, 12.335. Excuse me, I don't know where I got 11 seconds from. Meanwhile, Johnny Thomas is trying to bounce back. He's currently in 4th, looking at the inside there of Jared Rexing. As we're starting to settle in right now. We spent 30 or so laps under caution. Excuse me, 25 or so laps under caution. But now a lot of these drivers are either damaged or they're just finally realizing we got to take it slow. As the only battle we have going on here is a battle for the race lead. Is Stanley? Oh, excuse me, that's not even a battle for the race lead. That's just Frankenfield being lapped again. Unfortunately, Frankenfield got significant damage from an early spin. A little bit of monkey see, monkey do for Jared Rexing and Johnny Thomas. As Jared Rexing went up, hit the wall, and Johnny Thomas said, "I can do what you do, and I can do it too." As he hit the wall as well. But Ethan Stanley being the first driver to kind of pull away, as we've had enough laps so I can bring this up now. Taking a look at the last couple of laps, as they've been pretty close. But Stanley right now pulling away from Fody, who is also pulling away from Rexing. And we're getting single file racing here, guys. Never mind. Caution is out. As I believe I see Jesse Reisemus has registered an issue here. I'm going to take a look and see just what happened to Jesse, but that did bring out the caution. Jesse Reisemus is currently in 11th position, second to last driver right now, as he just went around a little bit too much beans there, exiting the corner of 3 and 4. Little quick, lazy spin, but got himself back up and running. Scott Crump went down pit road. Also, Jesse Reisemus got a meatball flag from that. He didn't even hit anything. I don't know what the meatball flag is for. Alright, we got 1 to green. Ethan Stanley, Tyler Fody. Johnny Thomas, Jack Frankenfield getting a lap back, I think. Jared Rexing in 4th. Gerald Campbell 5th. Hunter Smith 6th. And that's where we're going to be restarting. 9 drivers on the lead lap, as I think that was Crump getting back out pit road, but green flag is out. 92 and 40, slight contact, no problem there, as they're going to continue. Ethan Stanley holding on to the race lead. Tyler Fody right behind them, not far away. Any mistake from Stanley will be a position gain for Tyler Fody, and the longer this race goes, the more important that first place position is going to be, especially if it's going to be a restart heavy night. As Ethan Stanley firmly holding on to that race lead. Rexing in 3rd, Thomas 4th, Gavel 5th. No problem there. Almost a little bit of racing side by side between Ryan Gavel and Johnny Thomas. Johnny Thomas kind of struggling on the outside line, not getting the run that he feels he should, as Gavel started looking onto the inside of that 4th place position. Gotta be careful there if you're Gavel. If you don't want to clip the apron, if you do, you're gonna lose that spot. But we are also battling for the race lead, and watch how we have a slow Chad Frankenfield catching up, or these drivers are catching up to Chad Frankenfield. As we saw what happened a couple of restarts ago, Chad got in the way and Crump went around, and that's brought a series of misfortunate events for Scott Crump. But battling side by side, caution is out. They don't have to worry about Chad. I don't see what the caution is for though. I'm being shown that Gerald Campo got a meatball flag, so I have to assume that the caution is for him. Let's take a look. Oh man! I think that was Johnny Thomas hitting the outside wall. And I don't know if the 0-0 thought he was clear or if Johnny Thomas came down a little bit, but significant contact to both Johnny Thomas and Gerald Campo. Only downside is Gerald Campbell is the one with the meatball flag, so he is going to have to go down to pit road to get that cleared out, and that's where he is right now. Tenth caution of the night, lap 61. Gerald Campbell has finished his pit stop, so he's cleared the meatball there. You see him pulling out. He may have to come to a stop. Hopefully he doesn't bring up the caution, but green flag is back out. Ethan Stanley to the biggest lead of a restart so far that we've seen, and around goes two drivers. 54 around again, and I think that was also Jared Rexing. He's having some issues going through the grass and into the 0-0 of Ethan Stanley. Campbell. So wow, it's just an unfortunate night for a bunch of these drivers. I don't know what's going on. Let's take a look at what happened here. This is the 0-0. Okay, so this is what we saw here. Right at the very end. 10 didn't see the 0-0 there of Campbell. And Gerald went around after just coming out of pit road to get the meatball flag cleared. No additional meatball flag for him, so he's good to go. This is what happened with Hunter Smith there on the restart. Taking a look. Just drove it in there a little too hard and sent it. And around it went. 15 had to come to complete stop. We're about to go back to green here for the 11th restart of the night. Ethan Stanley pulling away yet again, just like he did last time. A commanding restart lead for him. No issue from Tyler Fody behind, but behind him, Ryan Gabble makes contact with Johnny Thomas and spins out to bring out the 12th caution of the night. My goodness. Caution comes out. And unfortunately, he doesn't even show up to have even brought the caution. It shows Ethan Resender as the issue. But Gavel, it looks like he doesn't have a meatball flag. I think he's just calling it a night. I think he's had enough. Take a look at what happened there. Contact. He gets loose into JT, shoves him up, and spins out off the front bumper of the number 10. So around he goes, and his frustrations have boiled. And he's come to a complete stop. Parked the car. I think he's going to be done for the night. "69 laps into this race. About to cross lap number 70. We are going to have 31 laps remaining. When we do cross the start-finish line, this race is almost over. As Ethan Stanley continues to hold on to the lead. Holding on to that lead, it's going to be prime position, especially with all the cautions we're having. And the more that this goes on, the harder it is for anybody to even challenge the race leader. As Johnny Thomas, without a front bumper, battling for second place third with Jared Rexing, as Fody had disappeared for a brief second. He's back out on track, though his connection is stabilized. But giving the advantage to JT, he's currently in third. Little contact from Hunter Smith on the back bumper of Rexing, but he loses a bit of time. Scott Crump goes to his outside. That's going to be another position for Scott Crump, trying to nurse his wounded machine into a top 5. JT in the inside, he's having issues. The car won't turn. No contact to anybody. Oh, there's a little contact with Crump, and they're dead. Caution's out. "13th caution of the night," and I think that's going to do it for Scott Crump. Johnny Thomas, Scott Crump, both got meatball flags. Let's take a look at what happened there between these two drivers. A little bit of contact. The 90 goes wide just a little bit, as the car naturally does through the corners, and JT held his line, as he should have as well. And they just made contact and up into the outside wall. Both of those cars went. Both of their nights done. How many drivers do we have remaining in the lead lap? We only have 6 drivers on the lead lap. Johnny Thomas, Gerald Campbell, Scott Crump, all down pit road. They have significant damage, as well as black flags and meatball flags. So their nights are pretty much done. So with 6 drivers remaining, Ethan Stanley, Tyler Fody, Rexing, Smith, Resner, Frankenfield. Let's see who's going to be able to hold on and keep a clean enough car to finish this race. 23 laps remaining. They crossed our finish line. They're going through the backstretch right now. Ethan Stanley cannot be touched. Tyler Fody in second. It's been these two drivers for the last 40 or so laps. Jared Rexing, Hunter Smith, Ethan Resner battling for that third place position. First and two appears to be up locked for tonight. All that could change though. If you keep on going green, we might see a battle for the lead, as we saw Fody have a little bit of speed as the runs went on. But these last couple of runs that we've barely been able to do more than 2 or 3 laps. This time by though, Fody is gaining a little bit of time onto the back bumper of Ethan Stanley. If he can get there without interruptions, as I already see a lap down vehicle up ahead. I think that might be Gerald Campo. There it is. Is he going to pull out the way? No, he's not. He's going to be right on the racing line in front of Fody, and Fody has to hit the brakes, has to double check that he got his order correct before he can continue throughout the corner, as he's going to lose some significant time, as now Hunter Smith and Jared Rexing are battling and had to check up for Gerald Campo. Gerald Campo has crashed, I'm being shown, as he's bringing it down to a complete stop. Unfortunately, iRacing considers that a part of the racing track, so that will bring out a caution. 14th of the night. And I'm going to take a quick break, because my throat is killing me. Next week, we're going back to another dirt track. We're going back to Eldora for the second and last dirt race of this 6-race mini-series. It's going to be fun. We just did Charlotte Dirt last week. That was fun. Now we're going back to Eldora next week. And then we're going to finish off the season at New Smyrna. So, that's going to be fun. And, seeing what these guys can do. We still have plenty-ish enough racing here. We're 14 laps to go. This race is going to go by like that. Pace car's already off. Going to be 13 when they do cross the start-finish line. Does Tyler Fody have anything for Ethan Stanley on the restart? I don't think so. And yet again, he does not. As Ethan Stanley commanding the lead. No pressure on the restart. However, Tyler Fody fell asleep behind the wheel as Hunter Smith was to his inside for a while. Still is, as they're battling for that second place position. Crossing the line. 12 laps to go. Ethan Stanley likes what he's seeing as he's seeing that 54. Trying to battle for that second place position. But Fody is now clear as these two drivers are going to try to contend for the race lead. Does he have enough time? Does Tyler Fody have enough time to hold on to Ethan Stanley? Or to catch up to Ethan Stanley, I should say, as Ethan's been leading this last 60 or so laps without issues because of all the cautions. This time by, though, it looks like the last lap, Ethan Stanley is pulling away very slightly. I think he's significantly faster. I don't think there's enough time for Fody to do anything, as we got 9 laps to go remaining in this race. Single-digit territories, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan Stanley continues to lead. We're going to have some lap traffic here very, very soon. That might be Ryan Gabel coming up ahead. Is he going to be in the way, or is he going to move out the way? But don't look now. Tyler Fody is right into the back bumper of Ethan Stanley. He's looking to make a move here with 7 laps remaining on board. As boy, I sure could use a drink of that water right now. As Ethan Stanley trying to hold on. These last 2 laps have been good for Stanley, but I think Fody overall might just be a little bit faster as the runs continue. 6 laps remaining here in this race. Next time by will be 5 to go. Ethan Stanley is holding on. Tyler Fody looks like he's there, but I don't think he can get there anymore, as he's going to need a little bit of help. Maybe a front bumper shove or 2 to get that position. As these two guys, it's a battle for the lead between them. Hunter Smith, Jared Rexing, they're separated. Ethan Resner and Chad Frankenfield. Frankenfield's car is ruined. That car is not going anywhere anytime soon. As I don't think we're going to be changing any positions here at all. The only position we might see will be that battle for the race lead. But Fody has been there for the last 5 or so laps. Hasn't been able to do anything. Ethan Stanley holding on. No change there in time. I think Stanley's starting to pull away just a little bit. Here we go. A little bit of lap traffic up ahead from Frankenfield. He did get in the way the last couple times. It may not be any different this time by. But Ethan Stanley, no problems here. As we're going to take the white flag. Almost hits the outside wall. Ethan Stanley doing a great job. Tyler Fody is there. Chad Frankenfield is there as well. He's going to hold on to the inside line as he's going to come up. Just barely hold off Fody as Ethan Stanley will win tonight's main event. There goes your race winner. Going down Pear Road. Is he going to come back? Or maybe he just went off track to not have any issues. Tonight's race, Ethan Stanley held on to it. Got the win. Led the last 60 or so laps. No challenge at all, mostly. Tyler Fody did get to his back bumper the last 7 or so laps, but just wasn't able to get there and properly make a move as Ethan Stanley finds himself there in victory lane. Right there next to the Billy Brown Insurance Service Inc. Victory lane. So congratulations to Ethan Stanley on tonight's race victory. Let's go ahead and quickly bring up the final results before we talk on to any drivers who may be in here. It was a rough night for sure. Ethan Stanley, Tyler Fody in second, Hunter Smith third, Jared Rexing fourth, Ethan Resner first top 5 of the ERX season for him. Chad Frankenfield in 6th. That car was heavily wounded. Unfortunately, wasn't able to hold on to the race lead there, or hold on to the lead lap position there. Finishes the first driver 1 lap down. Ryan Gabble 7th. DNF. Gerald Campbell 8th. Scott Crump 9th. Johnny Thomas 10th. Jesse Reisemus 11th. And Andrew Rucker finishes that race in 12th place. Oh, we got tonight's second place finisher, Tyler Fody in the booth. Tyler, how you doing today, bud?
I'm exhausted, dude.
Me too, man. Me too. Well, let's talk about how your night went. You finished second. You wanted to get to the race lead. I don't think there was enough of a run there for you to make a proper attempt, but just how did that go for you? How was the car?
Yeah, it was super just loose out of the corners. The car has so much power. And we got to slow it down so much around this track that when you try and hammer it out of the corner, it spins up the tires pretty good. So everyone was kind of managing that. And I tell you what, we were all laughing at each other the first half of that thing, even in the heat. No one could figure it out. But everyone seemed to kind of figure out how to get around here the second half. And it was nice to have a little run there with my teammate Stanley. We seemed pretty equal. Both of us would kind of gain on each other, then one would slip up and vice versa. But yeah, just super hard to pass without making any contact. So I was pretty content with just riding second there unless something crazy happened.
All right, sounds good. Well, Tyler, we got Eldora next week. You looking forward to that track?
Oh yeah, I missed the last Star race, but that should be a real fun one.
And before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs you want to go ahead and give out?
Yeah, just our teammates that ran tonight, Gavel and Crump and Stanley there.
All right, thank you so much, Tyler. We wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we can talk to you again next week.
Thank you.
That was tonight's second place finisher, Tyler Fody. I think I may have called him Stanley. I apologize if I did. But speaking of Stanley, we have tonight's race winner, Ethan Stanley. Ethan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Well, you got yourself the race victory here. How did the race go for you? How was the car handling?
Not a big fan of the way this car handles around here. It was just tight. You couldn't pass anywhere. Feel kind of sorry for getting into Gerald earlier on in the race. Just super tight, and if there's one little check up, it's just a big wreck.
All right. Do you think Do you think if we didn't have so many cautions that any of these drivers could have challenged you for the win, or do you feel you had like the best car out of everybody out there?
I felt like Fody had slightly better pace than me towards the end there. I don't know if I just wore down the tires too much or what, but yeah, I couldn't have saw that race going green at all. But if it did, I think he would have chased me down, and maybe it would have been a fight.
Well said. Well, we got Eldora next week. You're looking forward to that race?
Yeah, Eldora should be fun. Should be a lot better of a dirt track for these than the Charlotte dirt track. So it should be a good time. Hopefully I can get something done there too.
All right, well said. Before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs you want to go ahead and give out?
Yeah, shout out to Blue Egg Marketing and Seth Rawls for being the sponsors on the car for the season. And of course, Seth also makes the paints. Big shout out to you guys in the booth, well, specifically you tonight in the booth. Takes a lot to run the whole show by yourself. And just big shout out to everybody that runs the league.
Excuse me. Thank you so much, Ethan. Congrats on the win, and we'll hopefully talk to you again next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, very short broadcast, very short race. We did have a lot of cautions, but overall, it's still a fun night. It's the first time I've had to do a solo broadcast since, I don't know, my Sim Possible Racing League days when I used to cover them, back when I had to do the Daytona 500 by myself. Boy, did my throat give out halfway through that race. But hopefully, race will be back next week, and we'll have a more traditional broadcast then. So shout out to all of you guys who's watching, tuning in, watching live, or watching VOD. And we'll see you guys next week for some Eldora racing action. See you guys.